In a world where distractions, doubts, and difficulties are ever present, mental strength is not merely a luxury, it is a necessity. True strength does not come from the size of your muscles or the weight of your possessions. It comes from the fortitude of your mind, the ability to face the storms of life without being swayed. The Stoics knew this well. They understood that the greatest battles we face are not external but internal. It is not the world that makes us weak, it is our own thoughts, fears, and lack of discipline. Today we will explore how to build the kind of mental strength that allows you to face any challenge, remain unshaken in the face of adversity, and move forward with relentless resolve. This is the Stoic way to mental strength, a way that begins within and radiates outward, unaffected by the chaos that surrounds you. Now let us step forward and begin the journey of mastering the most powerful weapon you will ever possess, your mind. 1. The nature of mental strength in Stoicism, the strength within. To understand mental strength through the Stoic lens, we must first strip away the misconceptions we've built around it. Mental strength is not about being indestructible or unfeeling, nor is it about conquering every external battle that comes your way. True strength, according to the Stoics, lies not in the ability to dominate the world, but in mastering the self. It is about maintaining peace of mind in the midst of chaos, clarity in the fog of confusion, and the ability to stand firm in your convictions when the world tries to sway you. Mental strength is not a quality you are born with. It is a skill you cultivate over time through rigorous practice and constant self-discipline. It is the capacity to endure hardship without complaint, to meet obstacles head-on with determination, and to grow stronger from every trial you face. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, believed that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This means that every challenge, every negative experience, and every difficult person you encounter is not something to avoid or escape. It is an opportunity to practice and fortify your mental resilience. The Stoics saw the mind as the ultimate battleground. It is within the confines of our own thoughts where we can either be defeated or rise to greatness. The external world, what others say, what happens to us, what obstacles stand in our way, is nothing more than a mirror reflecting the state of our internal world. If we cannot master our thoughts, emotions, and reactions, no amount of external success will bring us peace. But when we cultivate the inner strength to remain unshaken by the unpredictable winds of life, we become truly powerful. So, what does mental strength look like in a Stoic's life? It is the ability to remain steadfast in your principles, regardless of what the world throws at you. It is the capacity to be unshaken by insults, failure, or loss. It is the power to choose your response in any situation, no matter how difficult, knowing that your emotional state is governed solely by your own mind. The Stoic mind does not react impulsively to the external world, it responds with wisdom, restraint, and clarity. Mental strength, then, is not about suppressing your emotions or denying your struggles. It is about embracing them fully, understanding them, and choosing to rise above them. It is the wisdom to recognize that while we cannot control the events that happen to us, we can always control how we respond. We have the power to shape our perception of the world, to interpret challenges as opportunities, and to transform suffering into strength. As you embark on the journey to build mental strength, remember that the true test of your strength will never be how you perform when life is easy. It will be how you respond when life becomes difficult, when the world challenges your peace, and when external circumstances try to steal your calm. The Stoics teach us that in these moments, our greatest strength is revealed. This is the nature of mental strength in Stoicism. It is the power to choose to remain virtuous, composed, and strong in the face of all adversity. 2. Control what you can. Accept what you cannot. Mastery of yourself. In the world of Stoicism, there is a fundamental truth that guides every aspect of life: control what you can and accept what you cannot. This principle lies at the core of building unshakable mental strength. The Stoics understood that we cannot control the external world, what others do, how life unfolds, or the challenges that come our way. What we can control, however, is how we respond to these events. Our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, these are within our realm of influence, and this is where our true power lies. Imagine for a moment the stress and frustration of trying to control things beyond your reach. You might attempt to change a person's behavior, control a situation that is completely out of your hands, or force an outcome that doesn't align with reality. In doing so, you expend energy that does not serve you. You become attached to outcomes and to forces beyond your control, which only leads to anxiety, frustration, and disillusionment. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, often reminded his students of this powerful distinction: some things are up to us, and some things are not up to us. Our energy, our time, and our peace are precious. To squander them on trying to control the uncontrollable is a waste of your mental strength. Instead, the Stoic path teaches you to focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your judgments, and your actions. When you focus only on the things within your power, you regain control over your emotional state. Your sense of peace and strength no longer depend on fluctuating external circumstances, but on your own rational responses. In this sense, the Stoics were not advocating passivity or resignation to fate. They were advocating for action in the areas that truly matter: your own mind and actions. Accepting what you cannot control is not about giving up or becoming apathetic. It is about freeing yourself from the burden of frustration and anger that arises from the inability to change things beyond your reach. When you accept that certain things will happen regardless of your desires, you release yourself from their emotional grip. You stop fighting against the inevitable and instead focus on how you can navigate the situation with wisdom and grace. This mindset allows you to build resilience. When life throws obstacles your way, and it will, you can face them with a calm and clear mind. You will no longer be blindsided by the unexpected, because you've trained yourself to expect challenges and to meet them with composure. The more you practice this, the stronger your mental fortitude becomes. When you learn to focus on what is within your power and let go of what is not, you will notice a profound shift in your mental clarity and play. You stop reacting impulsively to life's fluctuations, and instead you respond thoughtfully and intentionally. This mastery over yourself, the ability to control your responses, your emotions, and your mindset, is the true foundation of mental strength. 3. Embrace discomfort for growth. The path to resilience. The Stoics understood that true growth does not come from comfort, ease, or pleasure. Instead, it is found in discomfort, challenge, and adversity. In a world that encourages us to avoid hardship at all costs, the Stoics taught us to seek it out. This might sound counterintuitive, but the principle is simple: discomfort is where growth happens, and only by facing hardship can we build the mental strength that allows us to thrive. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic leaders, famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the challenges we face are not barriers to our progress. They are the very means by which we grow. In other words, obstacles are opportunities in disguise. To embrace discomfort for growth, you must shift your mindset. Rather than viewing challenges as something to avoid, see them as invitations to become stronger. Every moment of hardship is a chance to sharpen your resolve, to develop patience, to build fortitude. The Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort is an intentional decision to step outside your comfort zone, to expose yourself to difficulty in order to grow your resilience. Think about the physical world. Muscles grow stronger when they are subjected to stress and strain. The same is true for the mind. It is only when we push ourselves beyond our limits that we begin to discover the true extent of our strength. The more discomfort you embrace, whether through physical challenge, emotional struggle, or intellectual pursuit, the stronger your mind becomes. But discomfort does not mean suffering for suffering's sake. It means choosing challenges that will test your limits and push you toward your highest potential. Whether that's taking on a difficult project at work, stepping up to lead when others shy away, or confronting uncomfortable truths about yourself, these experiences force you to grow in ways that comfort never will. The Stoics also believe that we must develop the capacity to endure discomfort without complaint. It's not enough to simply face challenges, we must learn to remain calm and composed through them. When life gets tough, the Stoic doesn't collapse under the weight of the situation. Instead, they meet it head-on, knowing that every moment of adversity is an opportunity to strengthen their character and reinforce their mental fortitude. To embrace discomfort is to recognize that life will never be free of obstacles. The Stoics didn't shy away from difficulties, they welcomed them, understanding that they were essential for building the mental strength necessary to live a virtuous and meaningful life. When you face discomfort with courage, you build resilience. When you practice resilience daily, you make yourself unshakable. So seek out discomfort. Run toward the challenge, not away from it. Embrace the pain of growth and transformation, knowing that it is through hardship that you will become stronger, clearer, and more resilient. The path to mental strength is not a path of avoidance, it is a path of engagement with the struggles that forge our character. 4. Develop a Stoic mindset, change your perception. The Stoic way is built on the premise that our perception shapes our experience of the world. Two people can face the same adversity, yet one may feel overwhelmed and defeated, while the other remains calm and composed. What makes the difference? It is not the circumstances themselves, but how we perceive and interpret them. The Stoics understood that we do not have the power to control external events, but we do have the power to control how we react to them. Epictetus, one of the central figures in Stoic philosophy, reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This simple yet profound idea forms the foundation of the Stoic mindset. To build mental strength, you must begin by examining how you view the world. Do you see obstacles as insurmountable barriers, or do you see them as challenges that can be overcome with effort and perseverance? Do you view discomfort as something to avoid or as an opportunity for growth? Your mindset, your interpretation of events, dictates how you will respond. And it is this response that either strengthens or weakens your mental resilience. Changing your perception is the key to becoming mentally stronger. If you view a difficult situation as an insurmountable problem, it will feel like a crushing weight. But if you can shift your perspective and see it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve, you transform the situation into a valuable lesson. This shift in perception allows you to face adversity with a clear, calm mind, knowing that the challenge is not a threat, but a tool for personal growth. The Stoic mindset does not focus on the pain or discomfort of the present moment. It focuses on the long-term benefit of enduring that pain. When you embrace challenges with the understanding that they will ultimately make you stronger, your perspective shifts and what once seemed like a burden becomes a stepping stone to greater resilience. This is a practice, a daily choice to reframe how you view the world. When faced with difficulty, ask yourself, what is the lesson here? How can I grow from this? The Stoics taught that every experience, no matter how painful, is an opportunity to practice virtue and build strength. This is why Marcus Aurelius, even in the midst of his role as emperor, chose to see his struggles as an opportunity to cultivate inner peace and wisdom. Developing a Stoic mindset is not about suppressing emotions or pretending that challenges don't affect you. It's about changing your response to those challenges. By taking control of your perception, you take control of your experience. You begin to see the world not as a series of obstacles, but as a series of opportunities to exercise your virtue, to hone your mental strength, and to live a life of meaning and purpose. The power to transform your life, your response, and your reality is in your hands. Change your perception, and you change your experience. Change your experience, and you change your life. This is the Stoic way, and it is the path to unshakable mental strength. 5. Practice daily reflection. Strengthen your mind through self-awareness. The Stoics believe that self-awareness is the cornerstone of mental strength. Without it, we are like ships adrift on the ocean, vulnerable to every gust of wind, every wave that comes our way. To steer ourselves through life with purpose and clarity, we must regularly pause and reflect on our thoughts, actions, and emotional responses. This practice, known as daily reflection, is one of the most powerful tools in the Stoic arsenal for building mental fortitude. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic philosophers and leaders, made reflection a central part of his daily routine. Every morning he would take a moment to reflect on his actions and intentions for the day ahead. In his private journals he would ask himself difficult questions. What is my purpose today? What obstacles might I face, and how will I respond to them? These reflections helped him maintain clarity and focus, even in the midst of the many pressures of his leadership. Daily reflection allows you to identify patterns in your thinking, to examine how you react to different situations, and to spot areas where you may be falling short in your pursuit of virtue. By looking at your actions with an honest and unflinching eye, you can understand where your weaknesses lie and take deliberate steps to correct them. It also provides a space to acknowledge and appreciate your strengths, reinforcing the habits and virtues that build your mental resilience. The power of reflection lies in its ability to bring you back to the present moment. Life often moves fast, and we can easily get swept away by distractions and external demands. But when we take time to reflect, we regain control of our thoughts and actions. We become more intentional in our choices, more conscious of our emotional responses, and more aligned with our values. This is how you build mental strength, by remaining aware of your own mind and cultivating the discipline to align your actions with your highest ideals. Reflection also serves as a reminder of the Stoic principle of impermanence, that all things good and bad pass. When you reflect on your life, you gain a broader perspective on your challenges and triumphs. You remind yourself that setbacks are temporary and that you have the capacity to overcome them. This understanding strengthens your resolve and reinforces the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. So make reflection a non-negotiable part of your daily practice. Set aside time each day to review your thoughts, actions, and emotions. Reflect on the lessons learned, the virtues practiced, and the areas where you can grow. In doing so, you will sharpen your mind, deepen your understanding of yourself, and fortify your mental strength. 6. Cultivate discipline. Consistency is the key to strength. Discipline is the foundation upon which mental strength is built. Without discipline, your mind will scatter, your energy will dissipate, and your ability to persevere will weaken. To be strong, you must master the art of consistency, the ability to continue forward no matter how challenging the road may be. The Stoics understood that discipline is not something you merely apply in moments of crisis or difficulty. It must be woven into the very fabric of your daily life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In this statement, he calls us to embody discipline in our every action, not just in the moments where we are tested, but in every decision we make. Discipline is not reserved for moments of grand endeavor. It is present in the small, seemingly insignificant choices we make throughout the day. To cultivate discipline, begin by structuring your day with purpose and intention. Establish daily habits that align with your values and long-term goals. Whether it's a commitment to physical fitness, the pursuit of knowledge, or the practice of virtue, Discipline means showing up every day, no matter how you feel. It means pushing through the resistance, even when the comfort of procrastination or indulgence calls to you. This consistency over time is what builds the mental fortitude to endure even the most difficult of challenges. Discipline also involves the art of self-control. The Stoics knew that our desires and impulses are powerful forces, but they also understood that true freedom comes from mastery over those desires. Instead of allowing your emotions and impulses to dictate your actions, discipline allows you to take control of your mind and direct it toward what truly matters. You do not give in to fleeting pleasures or distractions. You remain focused on your long-term well-being and growth. One powerful Stoic practice to develop discipline is to embrace the principle of voluntary hardship. This practice involves intentionally putting yourself in situations that require self-control and perseverance. By exposing yourself to discomfort in controlled circumstances, whether through fasting, cold exposure, physical challenges, or even taking on tasks you'd rather avoid, you build your mental and physical discipline. You teach yourself to endure difficulty, to remain steady even in the face of discomfort, and to choose what is difficult but beneficial over what is easy and indulgent. Discipline is not a trait that develops overnight. It requires a commitment to daily practice, to showing up consistently and doing the hard work even when you don't feel like it. But as you build discipline, you will begin to see the effects not only in your productivity and achievements, but in your ability to endure adversity with resilience. The stronger your discipline, the more capable you will be of handling whatever life throws your way. So embrace discipline as the cornerstone of your mental strength. Establish routines, take deliberate actions, and practice self-control. Through consistency and mastery over your desires, you will build the resilience necessary to face the world with unwavering strength and clarity. 7. Focus on your virtue, the highest form of strength. In the Stoic philosophy, virtue is the ultimate goal, the highest expression of strength and character. While modern society often measures strength by external achievements, wealth, status, power, the Stoics measured strength by the cultivation of internal virtues. To be truly strong, they believed, is to be virtuous. Virtue is the unshakable foundation upon which all mental and emotional strength rests. The four cardinal virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, serve as the guiding principles for a Stoic life. These virtues provide the moral compass by which you navigate the world. They are not abstract concepts to be admired from afar. They are practical qualities to be cultivated daily. And as you strive to live in accordance with these virtues, you build a mental strength that is unbreakable because your character is rooted in something far more enduring than external circumstances. Wisdom is the ability to see the world clearly, to understand what is truly valuable, and to make decisions based on reason rather than impulse or emotion. It is the key to seeing challenges as opportunities, to understanding that your true power lies in how you respond, not in what happens to you. Courage is the strength to act in the face of fear, to pursue what is right even when it is difficult, and to confront discomfort with a steady heart. It is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. In the face of adversity, courage gives you the mental fortitude to persevere and continue forward, no matter the odds. Justice is the practice of fairness and integrity, the recognition that we are all part of a greater whole, and that our actions should serve not just our own interests, but the well-being of others as well. It is the virtue that fosters empathy and compassion, ensuring that we treat others with respect and dignity, even when they may not do the same for us. Temperance is the practice of moderation, self-control, and balance. It teaches us to avoid excess and to live in harmony with our natural desires. Temperance ensures that we do not become slaves to our impulses, but instead remain in control of our actions, directing them toward what is truly good and beneficial. Focusing on these virtues strengthens your inner resolve, because they give you a purpose that transcends the superficial struggles of the moment. When you are driven by a commitment to living virtuously, external circumstances have far less power over you. You are not swayed by praise or criticism, success or failure. Your strength comes from knowing that your actions align with your highest values. Moreover, virtue is a source of lasting fulfillment. External achievements may bring temporary satisfaction, but they are fleeting. Virtue, on the other hand, is eternal. A virtuous life provides a deep, abiding sense of peace and purpose, because it is not dependent on the ever-changing tides of fortune. It is rooted in something unchanging, the pursuit of what is good, true, and just. The Stoics knew that focusing on virtue was not just about becoming a better person, it was about developing the mental and emotional strength necessary to live a life of meaning. When you focus on cultivating your virtue, you fortify your character, and with it, your ability to face life's challenges with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In this way, virtue becomes the foundation of all mental strength. 8. Accept what you cannot control, the key to inner peace. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. To build mental strength, you must accept this fundamental truth: much of life lies beyond your control. The Stoics believe that our suffering arises not from external events themselves, but from our attachment to outcomes and our resistance to the natural flow of life. By focusing your energy only on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, you free yourself from the burden of trying to manipulate circumstances beyond your reach. This acceptance allows you to cultivate inner peace, because you are no longer wasting energy on things that are outside your sphere of influence. As Epictetus famously said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Think about the uncontrollable factors in life: other people's actions, the weather, the economy, or the past. These things are beyond your power. Trying to control them only leads to frustration, stress, and mental fatigue. The Stoic path, however, is one of relinquishing that control and embracing the freedom that comes with it. When you let go of your attachment to external outcomes, you are liberated from anxiety, worry, and the need to force things into your preferred narrative. This does not mean you stop striving for success or seeking improvement in life. It simply means that you learn to act with clarity and purpose without becoming attached to the results. Focus your effort on making wise decisions, doing your best, and acting in alignment with your values. The outcome, however, is no longer your concern. The Stoics recognize that some things are simply beyond our control, and the true test of mental strength is how we respond to those things. When you embrace this mindset, you begin to experience true freedom. No matter what happens in the world around you, you remain grounded in your ability to control your own mind. If something is outside of your control, let it go and focus on what is within your power. This simple yet profound shift in perspective allows you to navigate life with grace, composure, and peace. Practically, this means letting go of expectations, learning to accept the present moment, and embracing uncertainty. When things do not go as planned, instead of resisting or blaming others, recognize that life is full of unpredictability. Accept the unfolding of events and shift your focus back to what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your responses. By accepting what you cannot control, you give yourself the gift of mental clarity and resilience. You stop wasting energy on worry and frustration, and you open up space for peace, focus, and intentional action. This acceptance, paired with a focus on what is within your power, becomes the bedrock of unshakable mental strength. 9. Build emotional resilience, master your feelings. Emotions are a natural part of the human experience, but they can often cloud our judgment and impair our ability to act rationally. The Stoics believed that while we cannot fully control our emotions, we can learn to master our responses to them. Emotional resilience, the ability to withstand and bounce back from emotional stress, was central to their philosophy of building mental strength. The key to emotional resilience lies in understanding that emotions are neither good nor bad in themselves. They are signals that our mind sends in response to external events. However, Stoic philosophy teaches that we should not be ruled by these emotions. Instead, we should use our rationality to assess the situation and choose our response wisely. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. To build emotional resilience, you must practice awareness and detachment. Awareness allows you to notice when emotions are beginning to take control, while detachment gives you the space to decide how to respond. This is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they do not exist. It is about recognizing emotions for what they are, temporary responses to external stimuli, and choosing not to let them govern your actions. For instance, when faced with anger, a Stoic would acknowledge the feeling but not allow it to dictate their behavior. Instead of lashing out or letting the anger fester, they would take a step back, examine the cause of the emotion, and respond in a calm, measured way. By practicing this kind of emotional discipline, you cultivate mental strength and resilience. The Stoics also recognize that emotions like fear, sadness, or frustration are often rooted in our attachment to external outcomes or our resistance to the natural flow of life. By accepting that we cannot control everything, and by focusing on our ability to choose our response, we free ourselves from the grip of destructive emotions. Building emotional resilience also involves practicing forgiveness, both towards others and towards yourself. The Stoics understood that holding on to grudges, bitterness, or regret only harms the individual who carries them. Instead, they advocated for the practice of letting go, of accepting that others may act in ways that are beyond our control, and that our peace of mind should never be dependent on their actions. Finally, emotional resilience requires patience. The Stoics believed that emotional strength is developed over time through regular practice and self-reflection. Every time you face an emotional challenge and respond with composure and wisdom, you are strengthening your resilience. Over time, you become less reactive, more grounded, and more capable of navigating the emotional storms of life with grace. To master your emotions is to regain control over your inner world. This mastery is essential for building mental strength, because when you are not at the mercy of your emotions, you can think clearly, act decisively, and maintain peace of mind regardless of external circumstances. It is this mental clarity and inner stability that allows you to endure life's challenges with strength and resilience. 10. Embrace discomfort. Grow strong through adversity. The Stoics understood that life's greatest lessons come not in moments of comfort, but through adversity and discomfort. To build mental strength, you must learn to embrace discomfort as an essential part of your growth. In fact, the Stoics believed that the more difficult a challenge, the greater the opportunity for personal transformation. Seneca famously said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." This idea echoes throughout Stoic philosophy. It is through the trials and tribulations of life that we become stronger, more capable, and more resilient. Discomfort is not something to be avoided, but something to be sought out and confronted. Whether it's physical discomfort, emotional hardship, or facing difficult circumstances, Stoic philosophy teaches us to approach these challenges with a mindset of growth. Instead of viewing adversity as a setback, see it as an opportunity to develop your mental fortitude. Every difficult situation you face is a chance to practice endurance, self-discipline, and wisdom. In embracing discomfort, you learn that you are far stronger than you think. One practical way to embrace discomfort is by voluntarily putting yourself in challenging situations. This is known as the Stoic practice of voluntary hardship. By intentionally exposing yourself to discomfort in controlled ways, such as fasting, enduring physical exertion, or taking on tasks you find difficult, you build the mental strength to handle whatever life throws your way. Over time, these experiences teach you to remain calm and composed in the face of hardship, knowing that discomfort is temporary and that it ultimately contributes to your growth. The key here is not to seek out suffering for its own sake, but to understand that enduring discomfort is part of the process of becoming mentally strong. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every challenge, every uncomfortable moment becomes an opportunity to practice Stoic virtues and to strengthen your resolve. Through the lens of Stoicism, discomfort is not an enemy but a teacher. When you embrace it, you take control of your experience, knowing that the ability to endure hardship builds resilience, sharpens your mind, and solidifies your character. Every time you overcome a difficult situation, you emerge stronger with a clearer understanding of your own strength. Therefore, do not shy away from discomfort. Welcome it. It is in the fire of adversity that your mental strength is forged. By repeatedly stepping into the unknown, embracing the challenges life presents, and growing through discomfort, you build the fortitude that will carry you through life's toughest trials. 11. Stay present. Focus on the here and now. The Stoics recognize that the present moment is the only time over which we have true control. Too often we let our minds wander to the past or obsess over the future, but both of these are beyond our grasp. The past is gone and cannot be changed. The future is uncertain and out of our hands. Yet we can shape our present actions and choices. To build mental strength, you must master the art of being fully present in the moment. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal reflections, constantly reminded himself to stay focused on the present. He understood that if we allow ourselves to become lost in regret over the past or anxiety about the future, we waste our most valuable resource, time. As he wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." This simple yet profound advice encapsulates the Stoic approach to life. Focus on what you can do right now, with full attention and purpose. Staying present requires discipline and mindfulness. It means resisting the urge to dwell on past mistakes or to worry about things that may never happen. The more we train ourselves to return to the present moment, the more we cultivate mental clarity, reduce stress, and improve our overall resilience. One way to practice presence is through focused attention. Whether you're working, engaging in conversation, or even taking a moment of rest, commit to giving your full attention to the task at hand. Let go of distractions and immerse yourself completely in the moment. This practice not only improves your efficiency, but also strengthens your ability to stay grounded, no matter what external circumstances arise. Another Stoic strategy is to recognize that the present is where you have the power to act. The past cannot be changed, and the future is unknown, but in this moment, you have the ability to make choices that shape your life. Every moment offers the chance to practice virtue, whether in your thoughts, actions, or attitudes. When you remain rooted in the present, you increase your capacity to make wise, intentional decisions. Finally, being present helps to manage emotional responses. When we are caught in thoughts about the past or future, our emotions can run wild. But by staying focused on the present, we reduce the emotional turmoil that comes from overthinking. It allows us to see things clearly without the distortion of worry or regret. So, commit to being fully present in your daily life. Practice mindfulness, focus on the task at hand, and remember that the present moment is where true strength lies. By living with this kind of awareness, you not only build mental strength, but also experience a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and control over your own life. The present is where you create your future, and in each moment you have the power to shape your destiny. 12. Practice reflection. Learn from every experience. Mental strength is not simply about surviving the challenges you face, it is about learning from them. The Stoics understood that without reflection, even the most difficult experiences become fleeting moments and their lessons are lost. To build lasting mental strength, you must make time to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and emotions. Reflection turns ordinary moments into opportunities for growth, helping you become wiser with each day. Seneca often emphasized the importance of reflection. He believed that by reviewing our actions, we can correct our mistakes and reinforce our virtues. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality, he said, reminding us that often our worries are unfounded. Reflection helps us separate truth from illusion, enabling us to live with clarity and purpose. To practice reflection, set aside time each day to examine your thoughts and actions. Ask yourself, what went well today? Where did I fall short? What did I learn? What could I have done differently? By answering these questions honestly, you train yourself to approach life with greater wisdom. You gain insights into your weaknesses, allowing you to address them, and you recognize your strengths, which you can continue to cultivate. Reflection is also essential for emotional growth. When we experience emotional reactions, whether it's anger, fear, frustration, or joy, taking time to reflect helps us understand the root cause of these emotions. It allows us to assess whether our reactions were in line with our Stoic principles or if we let external events unduly affect our inner state. With this awareness, we become better equipped to handle similar situations in the future with more control and equanimity. Moreover, reflection cultivates humility. It reminds us that we are always learning and growing, no matter how much we have already achieved. By continuously evaluating our progress, we avoid the trap of complacency and remain dedicated to our personal development. Incorporate reflection into your daily routine as a Stoic practice. Whether through journaling, meditation, or quiet contemplation, make time each day to pause and review. By doing so, you not only build mental strength, but you also ensure that every experience becomes a valuable lesson that adds to your wisdom and resilience. This practice deepens your understanding of yourself, strengthens your resolve, and guides you toward becoming the best version of yourself, one decision at a time. The Stoic path to mental strength is not about avoiding pain or striving for perfection. It is about developing resilience, clarity, and focus in the face of life's inevitable challenges. It is about transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth and using each hardship as a stepping stone toward becoming a stronger, wiser, and more virtuous individual. By mastering the fundamental Stoic practices, embracing discomfort, controlling your emotions, focusing on what you can control, and living with virtue, you build a mental strength that will not falter in the face of adversity. Each lesson, each challenge faced with composure and purpose, fortifies your inner resolve, making you more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. As you walk this Stoic path, remember that the journey is not about seeking external approval or avoiding difficulty. It is about mastering yourself, cultivating the virtues that lead to a life of meaning, and maintaining unshakable peace regardless of external circumstances. Mental strength is not given, it is earned through practice, discipline, and a commitment to living with intention. Every day offers an opportunity to strengthen your mind, to hone your character, and to deepen your wisdom. And through this process, you will discover that the greatest strength is not in what you achieve, but in how you face the trials and triumphs of life with unwavering determination, clarity, and grace. So step forward with confidence. Embrace the challenges that come your way. Build your mental strength, and you will find that there is nothing in this world that can shake your resolve or lead you astray. Your mind, your choices, and your virtue will guide you through every storm, and in the end, you will stand stronger than ever before.